Mikey, does that bring to an end, Judge Jay?
No, we have a top 5 that we
have
need you to judge.
You got to keep wearing that.
You got to put you.
Sorry, dude.
Is that getting itchy?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm telling you.
Like wool pants.
I feel like an old member of the flock of seagulls. And you're old if you know who they are. But
no
holy
idea
cow,
what
this is
you're talking
ridiculous.
about.
You don't know the flock of seagulls?
No.
Google them, child. Google them. All right, Mikey, what's our top 5?
So I want to say one thing first. What's going to happen? Bull winning an argument in Judge Jay or winning a Little League game?
I have already won an argument.
Oh, well, yeah, he did win one argument already in Judge Jay.
Mike, you're out of line there.
Yeah, that was a
You're
terrible
out
low
of
blow.
line.
And also, and you know what? Strike that Bull hasn't won a Little League comment from the
He
record.
covers, though. He's a covering king.
Bull, we're pulling for you. Bull lost
Yes.
his 4th Little League game.
We're 0-4.
They're 0-4. But you know what? In Little League, wins are measured in good times.
That's
and I
right.
bet you
Having
your
fun.
team is leading
My
the league
team-
in fun and laughs.
No doubt. And last night it was a great game because the other team, the coach is a friend of mine, and both teams were up there swinging and learning to play baseball and not just standing there walking.
That's
every
what you
event.
want. Yeah, that's
It
what
was
you
a lot of fun.
They
in
need
the
to pick
rain,
it up. They
kids
need
were
to pick it
slipping
up.
in the mud. It was a ball.
Yeah.
We're tired. My team's tougher than the Guardians. They got rained out. We played.
You're right. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, what's our top 5 list?
So tomorrow we're changing my Twitter handle and adopting an official nickname.
So is the vote tomorrow?
The vote is tomorrow, so you have 24 hours.
Do we
Chat,
know the choices
Twitter,
yet? Mikey McNuggets, leader in the clubhouse.
And we still have 4 others to come up with from the chat. So we will
Okay.
have them all 5 tomorrow.
Is
to vote
Prison
on.
Mike one of the
Prison
finalists?
Mike is on the list.
Prison
yes.
Mike, a lot of people like Prison Mike.
Yeah, it's
Do
got
you
some
have
weird
a favorite so
connotations.
far, Aditi, for Mikey McNuggets? Do you have a nickname for him yet, or you just don't know him yet?
I'm gonna, yeah. We're just meeting right now. I'm feeling we need a little time.
There are no layers. That's
okay.
pretty much what he is.
Isn't it funny? I'm thinking Prison Mike is now an old school reference because it was a whole week ago. Now it doesn't
That
really
was
make
eons
sense
ago.
anymore.
What's our top 5 today?
What's the worst nicknames in sports? So these are the lists that I'm trying to avoid being on tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
Worst nicknames in sports.
What you don't want to be called. Okay,
Yes.
what's number 5?
The worst, number 5, just called the Unibrow
Oh,
for Anthony
yeah.
Davis.
But it's so fitting.
It's
know.
still
Yeah.
terrible. I don't know if you want to be known as the brow, and there's another one on this
Well,
list. that
if
I
he
think
doesn't
he's
want to
the
be
worst
known
be
at that,
as.
then shave it. I mean, what can I tell you?
Seriously.
But it's going to grow back.
But then shave it every day or every other day. I don't
Do you know
know.
what a pain that would be?
Well, you shave your face every day.
It's
don't
just
you?
a pain.
But he's trying to be real.
Yeah.
Like, I think he feels like that's his identity now.
Okay,
He's
so-
betraying himself. It's Samson's hair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If
I
he cuts
think
that
it's
middle
I
part.
disagree. I think it's a good nickname.
You like it? Aditi,
I
do you
think
like
so.
it, Unibrow?
Can we see what else is on the list?
Yeah, let's see number 4.
Let's go on to number 4.
Boom, she says.
Harold Miner, who nicknamed himself Baby Jordan.
Yeah.
Huge mistake.
And this
Ridiculous.
turned out terrible.
Huge mistake.
Didn't work out well for
First
him.
of all, you can't make up your own nickname. And I know what people are thinking, well, you Bull. You probably nicknamed yourself. I did not. My friends called me Bull when I was 13 years old.
Really?
So I did not make up my own
Why
nickname.
was it? Was it
Because
Wait,
I
really?
believe shockingly,
Right.
this is going to blow your mind, I was very tall at 13 years old.
okay?
Right? I was this height at like 13. I was this height at like 10. And then I stopped growing completely. But when I was really young, I was one of the tallest kids.
NBA scouts were circling
No,
you.
definitely not. Definitely not. But, so I was tall. I was a big kid,
Yeah.
right? I played first base. I was a lefty, and I was a Cubs fan.
Okay.
And where I grew up in New York, everybody was obsessed with baseball.
Sure.
And we had another friend named Adam in the group, because I was a big kid. And the Cubs at the time had a first baseman, Leon Bull Durham.
Yep, that's right.
And my friends
interesting.
started calling me that. And when I went to college, again, one of my roommates' name was Adam, and one of the guys said, "Do you have a nickname?" And I said, "Well, my friends used to call me Bull," and from there it just took off.
Wow.
That's
You
it.
know,
So
I
did not
actually
make up my own
asked
nickname.
Adam's wife, do you get called Mrs. Bull? Is
bet
this the
she
Bull
does.
family?
She does sometimes.
Does she?
Yeah.
That makes
That's
sense.
crazy.
Is she okay with that?
Yes, she's okay.
Okay, that's
with that.
good.
Yeah.
She doesn't
the
call
whole,
me that.
like the term like what a bull is.
Yeah.
So then the idea of Mrs. Bull, it could really be confusing.
Yes.
But this is a confusing world anyhow, so
That
I guess
it
it
is,
plays.
no
Okay,
doubt.
what's number 3?
Lester, the molester,
Oh, yeah.
Hayes.
That's a great one.
God.
Yeah. That was,
Yeah,
That's something that would fly these
That's
days.
of
Yeah.
that's
I
of
forgot
all
about
time.
I did too.
Oh,
You went into the archives.
I
for
mean, that should
one.
be number 1.
Boy,
Yeah,
let me tell you though,
seriously.
he was. You talk about a lockdown.
Yeah.
That dude,
Ugh.
man, you couldn't catch a cold if you were going up
Just
against
don't
him.
name your kids Lester, everybody.
Yeah.
It's too much of a layup
Yeah,
for
I know.
anybody
Or
who
Chester,
wants. Yeah,
for that
Chester,
matter.
yeah.
I don't even like the name Chauncey. That's not a
Chauncey,
yeah,
not
Chauncey
like
Billups?
no Chauncey in the hood. They be like, man, you a Chauncey.
Yeah, that's true.
You little British prince.
Yeah, some names come with a stigma.
Yeah,
Lester just rhymes with molester.
yeah,
It's too easy.
it's easy.
Yeah, it's too
Don't
easy.
do it.
He wore Stickum on his socks too, which I thought was really cool. Outlawed that in no time. He would stick his hand up and catch the ball with one hand on as he's guarding guys because he's just got so much Stickum on there.
Speaking of molesters, did you guys?
No,
can't
no,
try-
stop.
He's got a good transition
Wait
going.
a second. Wait a second.
I ain't doing it.
Did you know that there is a sports play-by-play guy in Baltimore whose name is Jerry
Oh no, I
Sandusky?
do. Yeah,
Who's
no,
the
I-
nicest
He
man?
is the nicest guy.
And it's spelled differently.
I know that, but you think he would have changed his name?
But I'll tell you what, ESPN ran an incredible feature where
On-
Yeah, that was
we
tricky.
actually
That's brutal.
let him tell the importance of his name and why should I change my name because someone who happens to share it did unthinkable things.
Just-
Yeah.
And you're right, Jerry's first of all, he's
Such
a
a nice
great
man.
play-by-play man.
Excellent.
Yes.
And he's
Yes.
just super nice.
How about
and-
Jay Sandusky moving forward?
No, it's G.
But
it
it's
starts with
G.
a G.
Oh, it's
His
G.
name
I'm
is
G
G.
Sandusky. There
I
you
know,
go.
I know, but that's your identity.
No, it's
If-
my
if
name.
somebody named Mike Polk became a serial killer,
Right.
Would you change your
like,
name?
would you change your name?
I think I want that street cred. You know what I mean? Imagine you want to speed
you're,
up.
you're
serial
encouraging other
killers.
Mike
You
Polks
want
to
to
go out.
speed up the rental car line? Have me
Bro.
just be like, hi, and they're like, oh my God, yeah, let's get you in a car
Jeffrey
right away.
Dahmer? Yeah, we've got. What do you want?
You want to hear something crazy? There's
Yes.
another Aditi Kinkhabwala.
There can't-
No, you can't
grew
be.
up in Edison, New Jersey, the town right next
What
to
are
the
the
town
odds
that
of
I
that?
grew up in.
Were you related?
Not even remotely related.
That is
A
phenomenal.
couple years
That's
older
great.
than me. She became a doctor, and I can't get Aditi Kinkhabwala on Gmail in any way.
That's
Aditi
amazing.
That is
Kinkhabwala is
unbelievable.
gone.
Yep.
Kinkhabwala is gone.
Is your last name more common in India?
No.
It's
No.
an uncommon name.
This is like the
India.
only Kinkhabwala I think that my parents have ever met that's not related.
Really?
to
That is
and
shocking.
That is absolutely.
And that
blows
they
my
picked the
mind.
name Aditi
is
for their
nuts.
daughter.
Where are we? Number 2?
We have number 2. This one just annoys the crap out of me. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville.
I have that on my
It's
list.
terrible.
I have that on my list.
I
I'm
don't
not
even
kidding.
know who that is.
He's a race car driver.
Yeah,
But my
I-
thing,
So
the
that's
reason
fine.
the reason I put it on my list is you want your nickname to roll off the tongue.
Right, that's terrible.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Awesome Bill from Dawsonville.
Yeah,
no,
it's like
doesn't
most of a
work.
limerick. That's it doesn't like that can't be a nickname.
Can't even
No.
fit that on a shirt.
No, that's bad.
Yeah. So you had that at number 2. I just had that on my list. I didn't rank mine. What's your number 1?
Number one's a
worst?
little obscure.
Yes.
Jameer Nelson, crib midget. Dwight Howard called him crib midget once, and it
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah, you
That
First
is
of
a
all, the
tough
second word
one.
is
you can't
inappropriate.
you can't even
use
get that
word
off no
anymore.
more.
Yeah. No. It's now it's crib. Small
I've
person,
never heard
short
of that.
person.
What does the crib have to do? What's the crib mean?
I don't know
He's
what
a
It's because
Baby,
Dwight Howard said he
I
had a
guess.
small house and was under 6 feet tall, so he called him crib midget.
Wow, got 2 swings in at that guy at once.
Does anybody have any names they'd like to add to the list?
Yes,
Go.
I do. This is the worst of all time, and this is just for you.
The molester is the worst
Your
of all
Pittsburgh
time.
people.
It is pretty.
Mapletron. What? Chase Claypool. Let me talk to you, bro.
That's his nickname? I didn't
You
know that.
took
From Canada.
Megatron,
Yeah.
and you said I'm Mapletron.
He didn't give it to
It
himself.
makes me think that he's like he's sitting there with gloves on, pouring maple syrup all over his body, trying to run down the field. Mapletron.
Wait, he didn't give
He
it.
didn't give it to himself.
I-
I got one
that.
better for you, G. How about Andrew Wiggins going as Maple Jordan?
That's another thing.
Yeah, that
no
was-
maple.
What does that
Yeah.
have to do with
No.
anything?
He's Canadian.
He's Canadian
Canada.
too.
It's demeaning to both Jordan and Canada, I feel.
I
to
think
call-
it's very
yeah.
demeaning to Canada.
It is.
Yeah.
I have one more that was actually mentioned earlier that I think we overlook, just in its simplicity it enrages me, and that's touchdown Tommy Vardell.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible, like-
well, he just didn't live up to it.
But no, but was that like the very first thing anyone thought of? They're like, we got some alliteration going. He's a running back. Was like, I don't know, touchdown Tommy.
well,
terrible.
in defense of the nickname, when he was at Stanford, he lived up to the nickname. You know,
but
he was
still
their
give him
goal line
something
back.
better. It's like a generic. It's the most generic nickname.
Yeah, it is kind of generic.
The internet has been talking. I got this from our producer Brianna. She says Booger McFarlane.
That's on my list.
I like Booker.
And I know Booger, and I used to call him Anthony, and he'd get so.
Hey,
mad.
we can't do that.
I can't call a grown man Booger.
I can't.
Yeah, well, what about calling a grown man stink?
Yeah, that's another
a pretty
one.
bad one.
Yeah, Mark Schlereth.
Especially if you're talking like in a panel like with Booger and it's something serious about like the Deshaun Watson thing. So I'm like, that's a great point, Booger. But if we could just take women's needs into consideration.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like
It's very
even
difficult.
He's not even the best Booger. It's the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. Is the
100%.
best Booger.
Yes.
Booger Presley.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. no
also
question.
on Moonlighting.
Anybody
That's for
else
no
have
one.
any names they'd like to throw out there? Bull, do you have
No, I
any?
just gave you one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm done. Tommy's.
Okay, I just
terrible.
wrote some down. Butterbean, they never liked it. I just
Yeah.
never liked it. You
Very
know, the big
fitting,
heavyweight
He did
boxer.
look like a butterbean.
He looked like a
Yeah.
butterbean, but
Yeah.
what, would you really want to be
No,
called
I
butterbean?
wouldn't.
Like,
No.
and he's big enough to shut it down at a very early stage. Like
Yeah.
the first person that calls you that, okay. The second one gets decked, and
Yeah.
there is no third. That's
Right.
done.
Yeah.
Okay. Booger was on my list.
Yeah.
I love him, but.
Why does he have that nickname? Do we know?
So one of his, I think his older sister started calling him that, or it's a relative. I've asked him before, and he's told me the story, and I can't remember, but it was somebody in the
Such a
family.
memorable story.
Called him Booger. Okay. It wasn't what you would think. You know, I said, did you sit in the corner and just pick your nose all day? No. Okay. Larry Bird's nickname always bothered me.
Larry Legend?
Nope.
No,
that's
the
a good one,
French
too.
lick or
The
the
hick from French Lick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just didn't like that.
Yeah.
Honorable mention
Didn't like
for me.
that.
Just missed the top 5.
What's that? So
Just
you,
missed the top 5.
you gave it consideration.
Yeah,
My earpiece
that's pretty rough.
is getting muffled in my wig.
Think about how our
Jay's
founding
been in
fathers
this
had to deal
wig
with that all the time.
forever.
I know, this thing's killing me. Yeah, I don't know how they did it.
You know?
Why did they do it?
Right.
Why? As I
They
was
could
ordering
probably
this
never
from
hear out of their
Amazon-
IFBs, our founding fathers.
No, they could not. But I literally thought, how did we ever become a country when the dudes that were leading the way wore these?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who saw this and said, follow that man? I don't know. Okay, my last 3 are all in the same category. Manny Ramirez, they called him Man Ram.
That was
Really
bad.
I heard it.
uncomfortable with that.
I heard it was the baby bull,
Who?
Manny Ramirez.
No, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
it says
Man
Man
Ram was a
Man-
popular. That's a
Man
terrible
Ram was
one.
popular, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to call him that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can call him that if you want.
Right.
Here's another one that I would never use. There's 2 more that I would never use. You know what David Beckham's nickname was?
I saw this.
This is a true story.
I saw this.
Golden balls. Now, look where your mind went, Bull.
Golden
Right.
balls.
Look where your mind went. It's because, bend it like Beckham, he could
Yeah.
put a ball wherever he wanted, soccer ball, wherever he wanted, and just, like, somebody said,
Love that
"Man,
movie, by the way.
golden
Yeah.
balls.
I love that movie
love that
too.
movie.
And then
Love
when I
Love
say
it.
this last one, you're going to understand it, too.
Yeah.
This is one that I just refuse to ever use.
Is it Lance Armstrong Golden Ball? No, it's not.
That's not true.
sorry.
That's also not nice.
All right.
Well, he did cheat.
Did she?
So you can make fun of him.
Yeah,
Definitely strike that
Yeah.
from the internet.
Exactly. Okay.
That cannot be out there.
I was
He's a
too late.
cheater.
Randy Johnson's nickname always troubled me.
The big
Yeah.
unit.
Yeah, didn't like it.
I
love
think he did,
that.
though. He
I
liked it.
I think he loved it.
Loved it.
Why
I think he loved it.
Why
wouldn't you?
Why was that bad?
That's a great
That's a
nickname.
great nickname.
I just
The
these
big
nicknames
unit Johnson, G.
Yeah.
Think
Big
about
Unit
it.
Well, but he
Johnson.
didn't go by the big unit Johnson. You
No, he
just go-
didn't. But
It's a big unit.
But he was
Big
6'10",
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah, like-
I'll never forget that All-Star game. Who was it? Was it John Kruk? who
John
went
Kruk,
up
he
had the
ball behind him.
And he just like stood back.
Yeah.
and said,
that was a classic moment.
That was a
moment.
life-changing moment.
Wow. That's nice to see that your sports knowledge crosses all. Not
Oh, I
just
grew up a
football.
baseball fan.
That's
I
right.
was born in New York and grew up in
Yeah,
New
that-
Jersey, so I went to Yankee Stadium
Oh,
before I
love
ever saw a
that.
football
love
game.
that. That was a great moment. Google it, kids. You don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Just put in Randy
Did I
Johnson.
just age myself?
And John Kruk All-Star game.
Or,
You did because that
Randy
was,
Johnson with the bird. That's
Oh, the bird in
Yeah.
spring training. They're going to go down that
Oh.
YouTube rabbit hole because that's going to come up next, and they're going to click that.
Didn't
Yes.
PETA go after him for that? Did PETA go?
No, but PETA did go after some other people that threw
think
balls
Mattingly.
from the outfield and hit Seagull.
Right,
Rick
right,
Manning did that once.
Bound to happen.
Peter may go after us
statistically-
for just talking about
Man,
it.
Rick Manning got himself into some binds, huh?
Yeah, he did. He did. We talked about his Dennis Eckersley, that whole thing a while ago on the
Yeah.
You
program.
ever face a pitch from a major league pitcher?
I did. A couple of years ago, I was at spring training camp, Indian spring training, and during a rain delay, a bunch of the guys were like, they're ragging on me because I still play. I'm still that guy.
Maybe you knew him on your
and
little
so
league
they
team.
said, Crawford thinks he can hit. Could you hit a major leaguer? And I'm like, absolutely. So we had a big bet. Mark Mulder was there, and Tim Kirkshin said, there's no way you could square up a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. And I'm like, I'd bring it. Give me 3 pitches, I will. And I fouled the first one off. I hit the second one to right field, and the third one I absolutely laced a shot to deep left center.
Off of Mulder?
Off a 90-mile-an-hour pitcher.
Pitch machine.
Pitching machine.
Oh,
which,
pitching
which is different because you know what's coming.
Yeah.
I thought he was going against Randy Johnson.
Yeah, why didn't you have a real pitcher?
Yeah,
pitch?
There were
Like that.
liability issues.
Yeah.
Liability issues. Well, from the team and from ESPN.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me. I wanted to.
Okay.
And there were guys that would have done it that wanted to do it.
Right.
I need a verification on this. I need
Right.
that verification.
Seriously, right?
Actually,
We need to get Tim Kirkshin on to
So-
verify this.
Yeah.
So now let me tell you this. So I won the bet. Here was the craziest thing that happened for me. They had that video up on a website, put it up, and they didn't get ESPN's permission. And I used to send that link around to my buddies. I'm like, here I am, cranking 90, and for some reason ESPN made them pull the video because they didn't have the rights, and it broke my heart because I still have the link, which has the full article that explains what the bet was.
Sure, we'll all get it tonight.
You're gonna see it. No.
Saying
At
email don't be
at
rocking.
105, it will be in your text
All of our
inbox.
phones
Jumping.
ding at the same time.
It was.
Listen, a few things that you can point to that might have been your crescendo moment in life.
Yeah.
Very few.
All right.
Hey, Mikey McNuggets, we should do a show from a batting cage at some point.
Let's do it.
Bring it. Hey,
know?
listen, my
Take a
season
field
opener
trip.
is Saturday,
Yeah.
and
He got season open.
He plays.
You know, just on
Jewish.
on that greatest moment. Here it comes again.
order.
On that greatest moment thing, you do remember you have a wife and 2 kids, right? Like you got married. You had.
Athletically.
Okay, got it.
Athletically.
All right.
Hey, look, I played minor league baseball. You would think that would be my highlight. No. Plus, I'm an Indians fan, and a lot of the guys were like saying, "There's no ways this is going to happen." Like, look at this dude. He's 50.
Yeah.
And I had just about a month earlier, I had played in a tournament in Arizona, and in the championship game, we were facing the guys throwing 92. And I hit him. I knew I could do it, and I wanted to prove it, so I'm like, oh my God, here's my chance. You know.
Yeah.
I got to take control here, Polk. We got to go to break so we can play your game next.
Sure. Got a big
You
game.
thought we've had fun already? Wait until you see what we got coming up.
Big
after
game
break.
coming up, you guys.
I'm in the middle of telling a very important baseball story, and you wrestle control of this courtroom.
Yes.
Just
Because-
dream journaling
you know
later
what?
on.
The court seconds that motion because I can't wait to play this
Yeah,
game.
let's see how it goes.
If you're a Browns fan, you are going to love Mike Polk's game.
Don't
that's
build
coming
things
up
up
next.
like this.
Listen, this deserves to be
right.
built up. Can I say the name of it, or should we wait?
Let's wait.
Stick around. The
Stick
Open
around.
Business Sports Show's coming right back. I promise you, you will not want to miss this.
This